Hello everyone. It's a little bit late for me to post this video, but I needed to post it. Today is, well, when I recorded this, it was my friend's birthday. I had a hard time trying to put the video together and talk. Like, I started off talking before I did my voiceover, but it got a little bit too difficult for me to talk about, and so I ended up just stopping, and I was like, I decided I'm just gonna do a voiceover. So many of you may know my friend and my little brother, I call him my little brother, Moran, Joseph Moran, passed away due to suicide, and he was also my battle buddy. And for his birthday, I was pretty depressed. I was pretty down because I miss him. I miss him a lot. And so I'm just going to describe a little bit about what I'm doing. This is a canvas mixed media. I'm not sure if that's really a thing, but it is something I do, right? I take a bunch of things, put it together, and they all, for this mixed media canvas, majority of the pieces all have some type of meaning, which I will explain. Each of these hearts are actually people that I personally know that love him, deeply love him. And some of the hearts I'll name. The wheels, clock wheels, mechanical wheels, represent time, right? It represents time going over and over. And it also represents the moving forward in life and trying to push through the next, right? The embellishments represents sturdy, beautiful. He's always going to have that beauty and I guess you could say the beautiful soul. And then the clip that I place on the heart represents the fact that I will, like, it's an empty clip. It's supposed to be used for photos, but I will no longer have any more photos to take with him. The key represents the key to my heart. That heart actually signifies me. And then the half a mechanic wheel represents the time that he cut from his life as well as his family, right? He cut that time in half. And as I said before, you'll see my hands moving because, of course, I'm talking and then I started crying, so I had to stop. The blessed wooden piece represents me being blessed to have him. The metal heart represents the solid love. And I have a 2021 embellishment that I got from Hobby Lobby, and that represents the year that he passed. I'm not sure why I have it. I didn't know I had it, but I did. And then this mask piece, I don't know where, I think it's one of my kids' Christmas pieces, and I just placed that 2021 on top of it because that was the last of it, right? That was the last time he wore his mask, and I'll explain more a little bit about the mask. Here I have a bottle of Tito vodka, not vodka, tequila. I think it's tequila or vodka. I don't remember. I want to say it's vodka. That was his favorite drink. And I just placed that inside one of my Tim Holtz bottles. I apologize. That is my Alexa letting my kids know it's time for them to go to school because it is 6:47 in the morning over here. Okay, back to the canvas art. And then I added a cross, represents spiritual. And it's something that I've been working on, my spiritual side. I kind of lost it when he passed away, and I've been working on trying to get that back. And then the arrow going through the heart represents his mother's heart being broken. And the tape represents, and it's funny because many of you probably don't know what tapes are if you're from the younger days, but this is a cassette tape that we had. And the cassette tape represents, you know, when you play it, you go through it, right? You go through the tape and then you rewind it and you go through it again. And that represents my life. I live all of these thoughts and then I have to go through it and live it again. Every year, his birthday, every year, the remembrance of his passing, every year, you know, Veterans Day. It's just kind of reliving life. And the mask represents the mask that he put on for everybody. Trying to show that he has, I guess, hid his true feelings about how he really felt and what he was really going through. And then I added some flowers. I spray painted the flowers as well. And flowers just represents his beauty, right? He is always going to be forever beautiful. That soul is forever going to be beautiful. And I really, really miss him, guys. I can't really explain the feeling of losing someone that's so dear to you. And for me, like, I don't have much friends. I'm very much, I think I used to have a lot of friends. And I think now I don't have much friends because of my, some of the depression I go through and the isolation and things like that. And so it's a lot easier for me to not have to explain to everyone why I do what I do. And I do have PTSD from his death. And so it's a lot easier for me to not have to explain to people triggers and my anxiety and things like that, you know? So it is it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but it is all possible. It is something that we are gonna go through in life, and it's things that we will make, I guess you could say we'll make it through with time, effort, work, support. And I think about all of the fun times that we had and how he made me laugh. Like, he was so goofy. He was such a silly person. And like, even with my kids and my husband, like, he never changed who he was to the end, you know? Sometimes we just get tired. And though I may never get that closure, I hope that I can eventually make it past all that, you know, and remember the goods instead of the bad. And that takes time. That takes time and that takes practice. And I think one of the hardest parts is that I go back and forth, right? Like, probably in about a month, my spirit's going to be a little bit better. I'll feel better. And then I'm going to end up hitting around August again. And the sad part about it is August is also my birthday. And he passed away. He went to my party that I had, and he passed away 6 days after my birthday. And so I don't celebrate my birthday anymore. As you can see, I put like these little flowers. Real quick, I just want to get to the canvas. I put like these little flowers behind the eyes of the mask, and that just represents the beauty of his eyes, how he saw other people. And then I'll put like some broken glass, broken mirror, really is what it was. I think I took a mirror and I crushed it and put alcohol ink on it, blended up, and then it gave it a nice little purple color. And I'll put that on there just to talk about, to kind of represent like the pain, right? Like, broken glass hurts. You step on it, it hurts. It's painful. you know, and I placed it under his mask because he was hiding his pain. He didn't really, well, he told me, but he didn't explain to the extent of his pain. And so that's what the broken glass represents. But guys, it's so hard when you see people who are so kind, thoughtful, have a beautiful soul, and they take their own lives. Like you can never prepare for things like that. And I could only imagine his sister and his mom and what his family may be going through to lose someone that brought them so much laugh, so much memories, and can just disappear, like with no warning, no chance to say goodbye. It's hard, you know, it's really, really, really hard. And you know, I'm a friend that saw him as family, and it's hard for me. So let alone him, his family, and what they may feel, and they've known him his whole life, literally his entire life. And one of the things that I always say is that a mother should never bury their child. Like our children are supposed to bury us. We do not bury our children. And when we have to bury our children, that is the hardest thing to deal with. Like it is something that we should never prepare for, right? Like we prepare our children for our death. We get them ready. We, you know, talk them with life insurance, talk them about what we want, and all of that, right? But we do not, or have not, prepared ourselves to lose our children, because that's not supposed to happen. And I think that's where I might have lost my my faith a little bit, is because the idea of losing good people, and there's so much evil in the world, the idea of losing good people, it's like how could that be like godlike, right? How is that right? And I know he does everything for a reason, but it doesn't make it easier. You know, like we prepare our children for our death. Like, is there a place that, you know, God prepared us to lose the ones that we love? To lose our mothers, our fathers, our babies? You know, like I said it earlier, where I'm on this Facebook page where I see 12-year-olds, 9-year-olds committing suicide, and I have those ages kids. I have a 9-year-old, I have a 12-year-old. I could not imagine that they have not lived their lives yet, and they feel like it's not worth going on. We have to protect our babies. We have to protect those people out there, the innocent people. And we need more people in this world to just think about others and what other people may be going through. Recognize that what we do is going to affect the people that we love, you know? And I think in many ways that is part of the issue, is that somewhere down the line, a lot of people have just became selfish. They think about themselves, how to move up in a corporation, how to be better than someone. Even friendship-wise, we no longer have friendship to explain or state why, not explain or state, I'm sorry, I'm losing my thought. My mind is running at 100 miles per hour. But we no longer have friendships with the thought of wanting our friends to be better than us. That ultimately is what friendship is. We're supposed to want someone to succeed, right? When you care for someone, you want them to succeed. You want them to push. You want them to be better, because that is what caring for someone is. That is what it represents. You know, you want your children to be better than you. And it should be the same thing for your friends or people that you meet. You want to always guide them to success. You should not want someone to fail. And somewhere down the line, it became okay to want someone to fail. It became okay to push people away. I don't know when or how, but it just, the world just kind of, a lot of people in the world just got selfish, which is why, you know, one of the things that I say I live by is people that I don't know, strangers I don't know, I do my best to help and be there for those people, because sometimes it may be what they need. They may just need to see that little bit of light showing that other people care. And that may be enough for them to change their heart, and they'll carry out those same morals, I guess you could say, to other people, right? It's influencing the people around you. Understand this as well, is that the people that you do have around you will be how you tend to act. Like, you become the people that you are around. So, you know, take a look at that. Take a look at the people that you are around you. And that doesn't mean that you can't help people to become better people, but sometimes people don't want to. And when that happens, you can't change people's minds. All you can do is live by example. And that's what I try to do. I try to live by example. And though it is not easy, but it is worth it, because I think of military, right? We have a thing, leaders, NCOs. These are sergeants and above, or corporals and above. We're supposed to lead by example to help our soldiers to become better leaders themselves. But one of the things that I have seen in the military is that there are horrible and toxic leadership, and those people train other soldiers to become leaders, and they become toxic leaders. And that's why we have this trend in the army. And the thing is, a lot of the suicides and some of the unfortunate things that happen in the military, a lot of it can be decreased if we had better leadership, someone who cares. We are already saying that we're willing to give our lives for not just this job, but this country and everything that it stands for. And that being said, we do in some ways. We give up our family. We don't spend time with our loved ones, our children, and we spend all our times with the people that we work with, and, you know, deployment and things like that, that we do lose a piece of ourselves, right? And so if we can just not deal with the negative side of the military, and we felt like we were cared for, and also they remember that we're human, right? Like, we're soldiers, but we are still human, which means we still have feelings, we still have emotions, we still have to process things, because our body will handle it completely different and probably in a way that's not healthy for us, which I think is what's going on with me. Is I had lost 6 people in 2021, and then I lost Moran in 2022, and then I recently just lost my grandfather in 2023, a few days ago. Today's November 7th. So going through all that, you know, I'm processing my grandfather's death, and I've accepted it a whole lot better because my grandfather was older. He lived his life. And everything else or the people that I've lost in the military, I did not have time to process. I just pushed through it and moved on, you know? So just remember that people are human. People, they're going to make mistakes. You can guide them. You can help them. Sometimes certain mistakes have to be made in order for them to learn. That's how it is. Back to the canvas really quick. The blue It represents the sadness of his death. The red represents the bloodshed, and the black represents death altogether. But this is my canvas, guys. This is the finish product of my canvas. And honestly, it's beautiful. Like, it has so much going on. If you're not into mixed media, it's really hard to explain, but it's so beautiful. And I definitely recommend people using this and doing this to help relieve some pressure or pain or sadness that they may be feeling. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was just chatting. It's not really a tutorial, but these are things that I will do every now and then, especially when I'm going through my downsides. I hope to see you guys soon. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video.